Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be working on our BMW K1100 Cafe Racer. Now if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we do a bunch of builds. And this is our first bike build, and if this does well, I'll buy another one. I'll probably do another bike build. Right now we got pretty much everything just tossed over here. And this is all the stuff that I'm going to probably pull a little bit of stuff off. But yeah, so here's our frame, all our wiring and fans, and I don't know if I'm going to use that rear shock or not, but I have it just in case. All this needs to come off of here. We need to clean the engine. Just look how freaking dirty that is. Disgusting. But yeah, here's a little shot of how the engine bay looks. It looks disgusting and gross and needs cleaned up. So that's what we're going to do today, and hopefully get some paint on her and make her look all nice and pretty. So first thing I think I'm going to do is probably work my way from the top and all the way down to the bottom. So first things first, take off this air box and just like slowly work our way down and take everything off till it's the bare block. Alrighty guys, I figured I'd give you a little update on what's going on here. Finally got this stupid exhaust off. This was such a pain. With the K1100s, this is all welded and it's all one big exhaust instead of having clamps here, so you can take off the silencer, I guess you would call it muffler, off the back there. There's the big old cat. Here's the little O2 sensor that we gotta get rid of, and I'll definitely show you guys how to do that. You can see that there was a little exhaust crack there, so we got a little nice little leaky boy on the #1 header there. Anywho's, this is at the point that we're at here. I put those little pieces of tape over top of there, and I have paper towels shoved in there just to make sure nothing gets in there when I'm cleaning up the engine here. So I did have a little leak that happened over here, and that's why I got the zip tie holding up the clutch little fork leg thing that pushes on the clutch on the inside there. I think it's just because it was dropped down and like fluid was just leaking out of the transmission tunnel. That's what I think it was, because it's not leaking anymore now that I have this pulled up. And so there's always tension on here, and the exhaust was there and everything's there to keep it up so it doesn't ever fall down. So that's what I'm pretty sure is the reasoning of that. So that's that. Figured I'd tell you everything that's going on here. So now I gotta clean all this crap up here on top of this engine, and then we can finally move on to paint. Alrighty guys, it's been a little while since I gave you guys an update because I just kind of went at this without the camera rolling. So I went at this with the wire wheel, and it's looking decent. Like everything is kind of ready for paint in this section here. Took forever just to get it this clean. I'm thinking about just taking off the alternator and the starter, and then sanding and cleaning all this up back here in this transmission and ripping out the drive shaft, just so I can paint this all at once back here instead of just painting the engine, then painting the trans, and then painting the drive shaft. I'll do the engine, trans, and then drive shaft after, and I'll clean that all up and make her look pretty and whatnot. Okay, so I got the rear diff out, and that's sitting right over there. So I'll show you guys how I actually got this taken out, because I can't really find anything on it. Starting off with this part here, it has 3 bolts around the side and then 1 right in the middle. I took those out and pried it open, and that gave a little bit on this side of this drive shaft housing. And then over here, I'll show you that I have it all set up over here. So I took out this nut here off of here, and then you use a hex head inside of there to take this out of the drive shaft housing. And to take out the differential, I took out this bolt here, popped off this cap out of here, and then use a hex head to pull that out. And then on the other side, you use a massive hex head to pull that out. Once you take that out, the rear diff should be able to come out. Kind of just wanted to let you guys know what happened up to this point here, so I'm pretty sure if I just wiggle that out a little bit more, this whole thing should be able to pull out. Just pull on it. Alright, I feel love.
That escalated quickly.
Okay, so now the drive shaft housing is out, it's gonna be time to clean all this up. So I'll do like a little transformation here. Boom, dirty, clean. Maybe, I don't know if it's that much cleaner or not. I'll only know when I'm like editing the video, because to me this doesn't look that clean, but it is actually really clean and ready to paint on the top. And that is why I'm gonna go to bed right now, because it is 11 o'clock. But the whole entire bottom of this motor is still gunked up with grease and oils and everything. So I'm gonna try to clean up the bottom of the motor too. If I'm already going this far with everything, I might as well paint the bottom, and like I'm already taking off everything. But you know what? By the end of this video, this will be painted. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Man, good morning. Back on to cleaning up this motor. So far, every single thing on the top is pretty darn clean, ready for paint. And this timing chain cover right here is going to be painted separately, same with valve cover and the crankcase cover over here. But before we do all that, definitely got to clean up the bottom of the motor here. And then also another thing that's going to be a pain with cleaning on this bottom part of the motor is all this stuff here. This is like body filler, Bondo stuff. That's what held on those big metal wraparound peg things here. I have no idea why. So that's gonna get ripped out and cleaned up. Okay, my dudes, it's freaking ready to prep to paint, I guess you would call it. Everything's pretty much clean down here on the bottom part of the engine. Much better looking and everything. So like went over everything with degreaser, make sure nothing came off of it at all. And she's ready for paint. All this stuff, like the covers, like I already said, crank cover, timing chain cover, and also the valve cover. All that's going to be coming off, and then it's going to be painted separately. And so that's why I'm going to mask all that stuff off, and I didn't go with cleaning it yet. So that's the reasoning for that. So I'm going to go and prep this all for paint and get her all taped up and ready to go. Alrighty, well, this actually ended up pretty okay, not as good as I wanted. This is all dry, and I went at it with some wet sandpaper and wet sanded it a little bit and got all the orange peel, not all of the orange peel, but a good bit of it out. As you can see, this bottom looks so much better down here. Everything being all nice and clean and black down here. And then all this stuff up top. And remember, I am taking off the oil pan to go paint that separately and clean that separately. But that's gonna be when all the frames on the bike and I can actually pick it up and stuff. So yeah, it looks very glossy. Definitely gonna keep me wanting to keep it clean at all times. So here's this side of it. But yeah, definitely looking nice. Now time to go on to the valve cover, crankcase cover, and the timing chain cover. Okay guys, so I am not too 100% sure of what's going on here. The previous owner said that he was riding one day and then started backing out and started leaking the bolt that goes here. So then he said as a quick fix while he was riding, he stopped at a store and just threw body filler in here. And he said it stopped leaking, and he's like, oh, well, if it isn't broke, why fix it? So I'm gonna try to fix it. Okay. So this kind of worries me, that this bolt is still backing out, and this one is not backing out anymore. It's only that long. I don't really know how long these bolts are supposed to be. A lot of these set shallower than others on that stopping point, but this is definitely the most shallow one. Let's see if I can pop this guy off. I think that's all the bolts. Oh boy. Alright. Stay. Let me go get something. Stop that. Stop that. Stop that now. Now I gotta clean up all this mess. Alrighty guys, I'm a full-blown mechanic. Got the freaking timing chain cover off, crankcase cover off, and the valve cover off. It's all just sitting here on the floor. This timing chain was a pain in the balls to get off. I have no idea what I'm doing, as you guys already know. But, so this is a cover that goes right here. If you guys have to do this yourselves, see these two Allen keys, this one and the one over there. Make sure you don't lose the half copper washers that are in there, and make sure you know which orientation these are in. If I would say leave a mark on this. There's like a little, you can't really see on camera, but there's like a little nub on there that the copper washers left. Anyways, you take those off, and then there's this thing. Take these 3 bolts off, and then this all comes off. But now it's time to get all this stuff ready for paint and then paint her up. Okay, so a lot of cleaning and prepping went into this. Hopefully it turns out okay. So I'm gonna primer, then do some gloss black paint, and then a clear coat over top all of this. So hopefully she comes out nice. This looks so much better. As you can see, I'll put a picture of what it looked like before. And now, just looking pretty darn nice, I think. I'm decently happy with the paint job. It's not the best. You know, got some orange peel here and there. It is a motor, so it doesn't have to look perfect, but definitely looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Like, stuff on top, yeah, it's kind of orange peely, but no one's gonna ever see that because the whole gas tank is above there. And like I said, I wanted to look somewhat decent because I'm gonna have either velocity stacks or pillar pods. Also, yeah, let me show you this. So this is like a little velocity stack that was inside the stock airbox. Like they're on every single thing, so I might use these, or I might just get pillar pods sitting on top of each throttle body. But yeah, just let me know down in the comments anything else you would like to see. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. So we might get the gas tank all fixed up and we'll know like the actual color of this bike besides black. Or we might get the frame cut and made for the rear seat that we got. So let me know what you guys want to see. If you guys like the video, make sure you give it a big old thumbs up and make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next video.